Hi, Coach. I thank you so much. I'm sure all of us would love to thank you. Thank you for being here. We're all big fans. I'm Rory Lipsky, graduating MBA student in a few weeks. I have two questions. The first one is sort of talking about getting people to buy into your vision. If you could sort of talk a little bit about that from like a personal level, how you get your family, your friends, and those around you to believe that, especially during some of those challenging times.
Yeah.
And then maybe if you could speak a little bit about the interaction when you have found some of these individuals that you were mentioning, the ones that were calling the shots. Maybe describe how you changed their mind, what the the relationship in that regard was like.
Yeah. First off, I know that I don't speak all of the right words in the right order all of the time, and that I don't have the greatest delivery and all of that, and I don't bank on that. What I do bank on is exchanging the energetic message through what comes out of my heart in terms of passion and the energy for what we do. For this reason, to me, it's like when you have a leadership opportunity, you have the opportunity to be kind of like a searchlight on one of those spotlights on the coast, for the boats and all. That light moves and goes around. It doesn't care what it's shining its light on. It just keeps working. It just keeps doing it. It just keeps going around and around. To be there, constant, and that illustration to me is I have to live the philosophy in everything that I'm doing, and in everything that comes my way, I have to be a representative of what our mentality is, so that I can, one, be consistent, show them what it is and teach them, but also be on all of the time so that when opportunities and teachable moments arise, I can live the philosophy right before their eyes and help them stay in line with all of that. And the only way to do that is you have to know it. You have to really be tuned into it. The philosophy is kind of like railroad tracks for me. If you're rolling down, you're on the tracks, everything's fine. You get off the tracks, the ride gets real bumpy. You got to know when it's getting bumpy so you can come on back, so you can correct and stay on course with what you're all about. So that's the simplest message, is you have to live the philosophy to convey it really, really effectively. So, but you got to go with your strengths. My strengths aren't, the big speech and all that kind of stuff. It's how many ways I can creatively come back to the message, to continue to tap in every single aspect I can, to compete to get the words across, the mindset across, the mentality, so that we can share a like way of thinking and all. Okay. And the other part was about, with kids in the street. I can only do what I do, the best way possible to compete, to be me is best way possible. So I can't go over there and be something different. I go do exactly the same thing. So if I'm talking to a kid in the streets, we're talking to a group, we talk about what's going on. Listen to what's going on and keep listening until you get a sense for where they're coming from, and then try to give them a sense of hope that they could possibly turn things differently than they are. Give them a chance to connect or draw them out of where they are so that they can see what they need to see, so that they can create a new way of looking at the world where they can find something to be hopeful for. There is not much hope in I'm going to die or I'm going to jail. That's hopeless, And so we want to create hope and give them a chance. So whatever that takes. And it's no different than dealing with a dissident person in your group or your program or in the streets. You have to outlast them. You have to be more powerful than they can be at holding on to the hope and the vision that they can live to. So, to me, it's all a competition, and you battle with them. You won't give up.